So, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit of legalese so that we have a little understanding.
Facts.
And at the end of the day, people gonna believe what they want to believe, but know the law. Know that just because the bro took a plea doesn't necessarily equate
to... ain't no cooperation agreement,
Come on,
by the way, anyway.
Talk to me.
That's the only reason he brought that up.
Talk to me.
That shit ain't... They already looked for that. It's not there.
And Max B got the paperwork.
Listen up. Max B said he's had enough of these snitching allegations. Period. That's right. For anyone who missed it, Max B recently sat down on the Dog in the Yard podcast. Shout out to Pistol Pete. The moment that interview dropped, they went straight for the neck. Max B finally broke his silence on those long-running snitching rumors, and he didn't dodge a thing. Last year, Max B came home after nearly 18 years locked down, and the culture showed him love right away. But not long after that, blogs started pushing claims, with Wack 100 and others throwing his name into messy conversations. That's when Max B decided, I got time today, and made it clear he wasn't letting that slide. With him and French getting ready to drop their project at the end of this week, the timing was no accident. So let's get straight to it and hear exactly what Max B had to say about these snitching allegations. The full interview link will be in the description, but right now, let's run it.
Look at the streets, and for the sake of real nigga love, let's get into business. What y'all want to talk, what you want to know specifically?
I mean, it's some chatter on the airwaves or whatever. Give us some clarity.
I took a plea after getting blowing trial of 75 years, which I didn't take the plea in the beginning.
Facts.
Because the rat gonna take the state gonna make them take the plea and say, if you get a plea, but you gotta tell on your co-defendants. Y'all don't have that. There's none of that on the stand. No Biggaveli on no stand. No tape, complete police station statements. None of that. All right? So let's get that right. So after I blow trial for 75 years, get convicted, after 9 years, I get granted PCR with lawyer money. I got lawyers, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go back on
what
PCR.
What lawyer is that?
I got 6 lawyers.
Talk to me.
Let's just talk about the facts.
Talk to me.
I got lawyers. We put a motion in for PCR against Jerry Salute. Look at his record. Look at what's they locked
Frank
Lucas up.
Yeah.
That's the police nigga, right?
He turned lawyer and he's a greaseball. This was all greaseball working on my shit. Stealing. I got back on that. When I got back after 9 years, I took the plea for 20 years. Had to do another 9. And took that plea there.
Copy on that.
So for those that don't know, that's real TV for you. I'm not sitting in jail with these. I'm out here getting money.
Well,
got mouths to feed.
So, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit of legalese so that we have a little understanding.
Facts.
And at the end of the day, people gonna believe what they want to believe, but know the law. Know that just because the bro took a plea doesn't necessarily equate to...
ain't no cooperation agreement.
Come on,
anyway.
Talk to me.
That's the only reason he brought that up.
Talk to me.
That shit ain't, they already looked for that. It's not there.
And Max B got the paperwork.
For the sake of the streets and for the sake of real...
All right, that was Max B directly addressing those snitching allegations. Loud and clear. We're heading into the second week of 2026, and like I said before, Max B is actively adjusting to how wild the rap game looks today. This era is nothing like when he first hit the scene and caught that legendary wave. Back then, the mixtape grind ruled everything, but now it's all about streaming platforms, algorithms, and straight up greed in the business. It's a whole different battlefield now, no doubt. When Max came home after nearly 18 long years locked away, the culture showed love instantly. But at the same time, that attention rubbed certain people the wrong way, and jealousy started creeping in fast. Some folks couldn't stand seeing him get embraced like that, even after everything he's been through. Social media moves different now, and hate travels quicker than respect. Still, it's good to see Max getting back in his bag and shaking the dust off. People gotta understand, real talk, re-entering the game takes time and patience. He's surrounded by people with real industry ties, plotting the smartest way to reintroduce Max to the masses and make the next move count big time. However, people gotta understand Max B's brand straight up. He came up off the streets, built his name on that raw street platform, and that's always been his foundation. So yeah, sometimes taking the mainstream route isn't a bad move at all. We've seen him pop up on TMZ and other major platforms, but now it's time to tap into every corner of the media space because that's always been Max's lane. Now let's get into some of these comments real quick. Shout out to Star Wars Blog. They were one of the first to cover it when it hit the timeline. One person said, "This is how you clear your name. Simple and clean." Another comment went left saying, "Who stays in the comments facing a 75-year bid after the court grants a new trial? What you gonna say now?" They added, "I'm good, I'll keep the 75, claiming he could have gone back to trial or taken a plea after others got convicted. Then they said, "So who's really closing the door? Tell them I'm good, I'll stay." That's why these claims keep popping up, because every so often there's a so-called paperwork party, and figures like Wack 100 love putting that kind of info out there and standing on it. It's really like, come on. When you look at everyone tied to this situation, the stakes were heavy from day one. Someone lost their life, others lost years they can never get back, and that part always gets overlooked. Max was the last one to come home from this whole situation, and there's still another person doing time behind bars connected to it all. When you really dig into it, this is a sensitive subject because a real life was lost, and that can't be treated like gossip or clicks. Now, fast forward, and we see old situations getting dragged back up again. Certain interview platforms keep reopening wounds, pushing people to relive moments they already paid for. Max is outside right now, trying to readjust to a brand new world, new rules, new pressure, and new eyes watching every move. Almost immediately, you start seeing people trying to slow his momentum, throwing distractions, and testing his comeback. And let's be real, Max already started moving smart. He dropped new music, stayed active, and showed he's still locked in creatively. Projects like The Purge and Public Domain 7 landed with fans and are rocking with it. Of course, the project got mixed reviews because that's just how the internet moves. Everybody got an opinion, loud and proud, and social media never misses a chance to talk. It is what it is. That's the game today, whether you love it or hate it. Later this week, we're supposed to hear the new French and Max B project, and that alone has people watching closely. So it's actually good to see Max outside, standing on business, and finally addressing the elephant in the room once and for all. He didn't duck it, he didn't hide, he faced it head on. Now really think about it. Max has only been home for a month or two, and he's been non-stop moving. Shows, appearances, studio time, everything back to back. After being gone that long, you gotta give someone time to shake the rust off and get their reps in. But the internet doesn't give grace. No breathing room, no warm-up period at all. He's been on stage constantly, staying active, trying to find that rhythm again. To be fair, there were several tracks on the last project that hit for me personally. So honestly, it's just a matter of time. That's why I'm definitely eager to hear this new project with French. And I'm curious how people feel about Max B's return right now. What are your thoughts on Max B stepping up and addressing these snitching allegations head on? You've got people like Wack 100 and others who seem to take pride in putting this kind of information out there. Sometimes it's valid, sure, but most of the time it feels like people are just stretching things for content and attention. The so-called streets don't even move the same anymore. And ever since the 21 Savage situation, that whole conversation has shifted into a different lane entirely. Max B looked at it and said, "I got time today," and decided to shut it down properly. He wanted it on record, clean and clear, so it could be wrapped up and put to rest, because he's focused on getting money and moving forward. No tiptoeing, no dodging, just addressing it and keeping it pushing. If you want to check out the full interview, the link will be in the description. Let me know your thoughts on Max B and this whole controversy. How do you feel about the music he's dropped so far? I've seen a lot of heavy criticism, but people gotta be real and give Max time to readjust and get his reps right after being gone that long. At the end of the day, this whole situation really comes down to patience and perspective. Max B isn't trying to argue with the internet or go back and forth with every blogger chasing clicks. He said what he needed to say, put it on record, and kept it moving like a grown man. That's the difference between clout chasing and standing on your name. People forget this isn't just music. This is real life, real years lost, and real consequences behind everything being discussed. Max is focused on rebuilding, creating, and making sure his next chapter hits harder than the last. He's outside, working, touching stages, and getting back comfortable in his own lane again. Now the spotlight is back where it belongs, on the music and the moves, not recycled accusations. Whether you rock with every song or not, the grind is visible and the effort is real. From here on out, it's about consistency, timing, and letting the work speak for itself while the noise fades out. Now watch how fast the narrative flips when the facts hit the table. Max B didn't come back begging for validation or chasing trends. He came back standing on his name. That's why every move he makes gets magnified, dissected, and spun 100 different ways online. Fame plus history equals non-stop noise. And that's just the reality of today's internet circus. What really stands out is how calm he's moving through it all. No emotional rants, no reckless talking, just calculated steps and straight business energy. That tells you he's focused on longevity, not momentary hype. After losing that much time, every decision matters, every appearance matters, every record matters. And let's be real, this comeback isn't about pleasing everybody. It's about reclaiming space, reconnecting with the fans, and proving he still belongs in the conversation. Love it or doubt it, Max B is clearly locked in, and the next moves are about to speak louder than any comment section ever could. Because when I ran through the project, there were definitely several joints on that mixtape that I was rocking with, no question. Max flipping certain samples showed flashes of that original wave, and it's clear it's only a matter of time before that sound is back in full form. That kind of momentum doesn't happen overnight, especially after being gone that long. But in the meantime, you've got people online going crazy with non-stop speculation and recycled allegations. Honestly, that whole lane feels overplayed and exhausted at this point. Once all that so-called ammo gets taken off the table, what's really left to talk about? The focus should be back where it belongs, grading the music and the creativity, because that's what Max B was always appreciated for. Now that he's home, you gotta let the man cook and find his rhythm again. Now make sure you let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Dripzine, like this video, share it, and help the channel grow by clicking the hype. This video button, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Thank you for the support, and that's all I got for today.